Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNSFANS. Let's get to the news when it comes to the Cleveland Browns and their quest to once again become a dominant force in the NFL. There's always a buzz around their quarterback situation, and right now it's no different. As we gear up for the 2025 season, the Browns find themselves in a very intriguing position, with a four-man quarterback competition that promises to be one of the most exciting and unpredictable battles in recent franchise memory. Now, I know what you're thinking: 4 quarterbacks. That's a lot, right? But that's exactly the scenario in Cleveland this summer, with the team trying to piece together the best option to lead them into what could be a very promising future. At the center of this intense competition is a young rookie who's been quietly making waves, Dillon Gabriel. Now, if you're a Browns fan and you've been paying attention, you've probably heard of Gabriel, but let's be honest, he might be the most underrated story in this quarterback saga. Why? Because despite the hype surrounding other rookies and veterans, Gabriel's story is one of resilience, talent, and a high football IQ that could actually turn the tide for Cleveland. And folks, don't forget, Gabriel isn't just some rookie thrown into the mix arbitrarily. He's coming off a stellar college career at Oregon, where he led his team to the college football playoff last season, and he was even a finalist for the prestigious Heisman Trophy. That's not something you see every day from a third-round pick, and it's a testament to his talent and potential. Yet, when you look at the overall quarterback competition in Cleveland, it's impossible not to notice how Gabriel has been somewhat overshadowed. The spotlight has been largely on Shedeur Sanders, the fifth-round rookie who's come into the league with an enormous amount of fanfare. Sanders is the son of legendary NFL player Deion Sanders, and his arrival in Cleveland has been met with expectations that are sky-high. The media, fans, and even some analysts have been talking about Sanders as the potential future star, the game changer, the quarterback who could instantly turn things around. And honestly, it's easy to understand why, given his pedigree and the hype surrounding his college career at Colorado. But here's the kicker: Gabriel, despite being less flashy and less media-friendly, has been quietly impressive during off-season activities, and that's what makes this competition so fascinating. Cleveland. Com's Mary Kay Cabot recently highlighted what could be Gabriel's secret weapon, his superpower, as she puts it. And that's his incredible processing speed and decision-making ability. If you've watched film or followed his college career, you'll know that Gabriel processes plays quickly, makes smart decisions under pressure, and can adapt on the fly. That's a rare trait for a young quarterback, especially one so early in his NFL journey. It's that mental acuity that could give him an edge over more raw, physical talents like Sanders or even the veterans competing for the starting spot. During spring practices, including rookie minicamp, organized team activities, and mandatory minicamp, Gabriel looked confident and capable, holding his own against some of the more experienced players. But let's be clear, these early sessions are just a glimpse, a tease of what's to come. The real test will come during the joint practices against formidable opponents like the Carolina Panthers and Philadelphia Eagles, and of course, in the preseason games. That's where the coaching staff will have a real chance to evaluate how Gabriel handles live game situations, how he reads defenses, and whether his decision-making truly translates to the NFL level. Remember, preseason is the testing ground, and for Gabriel, it's a golden opportunity to showcase his skills and move himself up the depth chart. Now, I pause here for a moment because it's important to emphasize just how unpredictable this quarterback competition is. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. The Browns have a very interesting dilemma. While Gabriel and Sanders are both vying for the starting role, the team is also taking a close look at veteran quarterback Kenny Pickett, whom Cleveland traded a fifth-round pick to acquire. Yes, Pickett, the former Pitt star, has been given every chance to earn the starting job, and head coach Kevin Stefanski has been very open about his potential. Stefanski has praised Pickett's football IQ, his leadership, and his ability to fit perfectly within Cleveland's offensive scheme. The Browns are in a unique position where they're weighing the future with young talent against the experience of a quarterback who has shown flashes of brilliance and could be a stabilizing presence if given the opportunity. This mix of young and veteran quarterbacks creates a fascinating dynamic in Cleveland. It's not just about who starts the first game of the season. It's about assessing who can be the franchise quarterback for the next decade. The Browns have always been a franchise with a rich history, filled with ups and downs, but lately, there's been a sense of renewed hope. After their playoff appearance in 2020 and the strong seasons that followed, fans are hungry for consistency, for a signal caller who can elevate the team and bring them back to the Super Bowl stage. That's the ultimate goal for Cleveland, and that's why this quarterback competition is so critical. The team's front office is meticulously analyzing every snap, every decision, every read, trying to find that player who can carry the torch forward. But let's not forget, the schedule plays a significant role in this evaluation process. The Browns face one of the most challenging first halves of the season in recent memory, with tough matchups against AFC powerhouses and division rivals. The AFC North is no joke. Teams like Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati are always tough, and with new talent and strategic moves, they're all looking to assert their dominance. Cleveland's coaching staff might prefer to wait until later in the season, once the rookies have some more experience and the team has seen enough of what they have in the quarterback room, to make the final call on who gets the reins. Especially considering the fact that the Browns need to see what they truly have in Pickett, who could be the dark horse candidate, or perhaps Gabriel or Sanders, who both possess the potential to become long-term starters. And speaking of Sanders, fans are understandably excited. The hype around him is real, and his athleticism and arm talent are undeniable. He's got the kind of physical tools that scouts drool over, and his college highlights have left many dreaming of instant impact. But NFL reality is often different from college hype, and the transition to the pros is a whole new ballgame. That's why the Browns are approaching this competition with patience, giving each quarterback a fair shot. They know that rushing into a decision could backfire, especially with such a demanding schedule ahead. The coaching staff, led by Stefanski, has been clear that no one is handed the job, it's earned, and everyone will get their shot in training camp and preseason. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Cleveland's franchise has been on a roller coaster over the past decade. From playoff appearances to heartbreaking losses, the Browns have been searching for stability at the quarterback position for what feels like forever. They've invested in high draft picks, made bold trades, and tried every veteran available, but the elusive long-term solution has remained just out of reach. That's why this year's quarterback battle feels so pivotal. If Gabriel, Sanders, or even Pickett can step up and show they have what it takes, it could change the entire trajectory of the franchise. The organization is also mindful of the 2026 NFL Draft, which many see as a potential game-changer for Cleveland. The team's management is already looking ahead, assessing whether they should invest heavily in a quarterback now or wait for a future draft class that might be loaded with top-tier talent. That's why this competition isn't just about winning a starting spot, it's about setting the foundation for the team's future. They want to be sure they're making the right choice, one that will bring sustained success and possibly a Super Bowl championship to Cleveland. When you look at the history of the Browns, you realize that this franchise has always been about resilience and fighting spirit. From the days when the team was a powerhouse in the 1950s to the dark years after the franchise's reactivation in the late 90s, Browns fans have endured a lot. But through it all, they've remained loyal. And now, with this quarterback competition heating up, the passion among fans is at an all-time high. Everyone's eager to see who will emerge as the leader, who will be the face of the franchise moving forward, and ultimately, who will lead Cleveland back to the promised land. So, as we continue to analyze every move, every practice report, and every preseason game, one thing remains clear. Cleveland is on the cusp of a new chapter. Will Gabriel prove he's the next great Browns quarterback? Can Sanders overcome the hype and show he's ready for NFL stardom? Or will Pickett's experience and leadership give Cleveland a different kind of edge? Whatever the outcome, one thing's certain. This quarterback battle is one of the most compelling stories of the NFL offseason. And Browns fans, you should be excited because your team is heading into a season full of possibilities, with a fresh wave of hope and a hunger to reclaim their rightful place among the NFL's elite. Looking ahead, the Browns' front office and coaching staff will be working tirelessly to evaluate their options, balancing talent, experience, and long-term potential. The stakes are high, and the pressure is on to make the right call. But that's what makes this story so captivating. Every throw, every decision, every game could be the moment that defines Cleveland's future. With a roster full of talent, a passionate fan base, and a coaching staff that's dedicated to winning, the Browns are poised to make a statement this season. Whether it's Gabriel's quick processing, Sanders' athleticism, or Pickett's leadership, this competition is a microcosm of Cleveland's relentless pursuit of excellence. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this quarterback battle? Do you believe Gabriel has what it takes to become the franchise's next star? Are you betting on Sanders to surprise everyone and step into the spotlight? Or do you see Pickett as the steady hand Cleveland needs to succeed? Drop your thoughts, predictions, and hopes in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Remember, this is just the beginning of what promises to be an unforgettable season. Keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned, and I'll be back very soon with more updates, analysis, and the latest Cleveland Browns news that you won't want to miss. Cleveland fans, your team is on the rise and the best is yet to come.